Hello class, today I'm going to do section 3.6 and section 3.7, okay, for you guys to work on the homework. Section 3.6 and 3.7, section 3.6 and 3.7 are applications of system of equations, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few examples, okay. So let me see. For example, I will do problem self-check number 3 on page 252, okay? Self-check number 3, that's on page 252. It says theater snacks. You see, it says at a movie theater, 1 large popcorn and 2 medium drinks costs $10.50. Another package offers 1 large popcorn and 3 medium drinks, which is 13 bucks. Find the cost of 1 large popcorn and 1 medium drink. Okay, so it says 1 large popcorn and 2 medium drinks is $10.50. Okay, so let's P equals to the large popcorn. And let M equals to the medium drink. Medium drink. Okay? And it says 1 large popcorn, 1 large popcorn, and 2 medium drinks is $10.50. Okay, no problem. So therefore, 1 popcorn plus 2 medium drinks equals to $10.50. There you go. All right. What else does it say? It also says another package offers 1 large popcorn and 3 medium drinks for $13. 1 large popcorn plus 3 medium drinks equals 13 bucks. So note, this is a system of equations, 2 equations, and 2 unknown variables. Okay, so this is equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. All right, so we're going to solve this. How are we going to solve this? We're going to solve this by the elimination method. Okay, I'm going to eliminate P. To eliminate P, I'm going to make one of the P's in one of the equations negative. Okay, how do you do that? No problem. Equation 1 remains the same. Equation 2, I'm going to multiply by negative. Okay, so P plus 2 medium drinks equals to $10.50 multiplied by negative minus P by negative minus 3M by negative minus 13 bucks. Okay, add them up. And so when we add, the P's cancel. 2M minus 3M is negative M equals to $10.50 minus 13 bucks is what? Negative $2.50. Multiply both sides by a negative, and so therefore M equals to $2.50. So we found that a medium drink is 250. Now let's find out how much is a large popcorn. Okay, all we have to do is plug in the 250, either in equation 1 or equation 2. I'm going to plug it into equation 1. So you see that's M is 250. What's 2 times 250? Isn't 2 times 250 $5? Okay. So let's do that. So from equation 1 times P is P, plus 2 times 250 is 5, equals to 1050. Subtract 5 from both sides, so that P, what's 1050 minus 5? 550. Okay, very well. So therefore, a large popcorn, it costs $5.50. A medium drink costs $2.50. And we solve the problem. Okay? So therefore, this is how we're going to do it. Let's do another one. Okay? This is section 3.6. Here's another one. Okay? Have to erase this one. Okay, let me erase this. All right, here's another one. A student has $15,000 to invest. Some at 8% and the rest at 3.5%. If the annual interest earned from the two account is $840, how much was invested in each account? Okay, so the student has $15,000 to invest. Okay, so here's bank 1. This is bank 1. And this one pays 8%. And here's bank 2. And this one pays 3.5%. And the student has $15,000 to invest. Okay? $15,000 to invest. So $15,000 is going to go into 2 banks. Okay? If he puts $10,000 here, then the rest is going to go to the 3.5, so that's going to be $5,000 here. If he puts $13,000 there, well then this one, $2,000. Okay? So these are examples. If he writes $14,000 here, well then this is $1,000. Together that's $15,000. If he invests $13,000 there, well then here, what is it? $2,000. The thing is, altogether should be $15,000. If he writes, or if he invests X $1,000 there, okay, how much is he going to invest here? Well, you could say like this. You could say Y. This is one way, okay? You could say Y. And you know that 13K plus 2K is what? 15K. 14K plus 1K is what? 15K, $15,000. So therefore, X plus Y is what? $15,000. Okay. So we have one equation. Here it is. We have two variables, so we need another equation because you can't solve an equation that has two variables. So we need one more equation. So what else is given? It also says if the annual interest earned from the two accounts is 840. Okay, so how do you earn interest? Well, let me tell you how to earn interest at the 8%. Interest, I'm talking about the 8% right here. So let me put this equation right here. We found one. $15,000 equals X plus Y. Okay, we got that. Now, it says, obviously when you invest your money, you're gonna earn interest. Well, how do you find the interest earned? Well, let's see. To find the interest earned, you multiply the interest times the amount invested. Okay. So these are examples. We got this equation. So if $14,000 was invested here, what's the interest? Well, the interest is $14,000. If $14,000 is invested here, the interest is 0.08 times 14,000. This equals to the interest okay, that's interest. I do it right. Interest. Okay. This is the interest in bank 1. What is the interest in bank 2? Well, if $14,000 was invested in bank 1, bank 2, the interest in bank 2 is going to be what? 0.035 times 1,000. Okay. You can multiply, good class, you can multiply that at this amount. You can multiply, yes you can. Okay, you can multiply how much was earned here in bank 1. All you have to do is say 0.08 times $14,000, and that's 1,120. The interest in bank 1 at this amount is 1,120. Okay? What about this one right here? Okay, this is just 35 bucks, right? I mean, this, if you multiply this by 1,000, it's going to move it once, twice, 3 times. This is 35 bucks. Just multiply 0.035 times 1,000, and you're gonna get 35 bucks. Okay, so in bank 2, $35. And the total interest from bank 1 and bank 2 is 1,155. 1,155 from both accounts. Okay? All right, so we know how to get the interest now. So, but they say if the annual interest earned from the two accounts is $840. If you invest $14,000 in this bank, you get that much. If you invest $1,000 here, 14,000 plus 1,000 is 15,000. Remember, this should always add up to 15,000. If you invest this much here, you get 35 bucks. Okay. From both accounts, 1155. But here it says the interest earned from the two accounts, it's 840. That's too much. Okay. So therefore, but at least we know how to find the interest. And we know that X amount was invested here. How much was invested in Bank 1? X. How much was invested in Bank 2? Y. Okay. How do you find the interest earned from Bank 1? Well, look, just multiply 0.08 times the amount invested. So therefore, 0.08 times X. This is the interest from Bank 1. What is the interest from Bank 2? The interest from Bank 2 is what? 0.035 Y. Now they said that the total interest earned from both accounts is what? 840. And there is our other equation. Okay? This is another equation that we're going to use. Okay, no problem. So therefore, 840 equals to 0.08x plus 0.035y. And now we're going to solve the system of equations. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay? Now, there's different ways to do this. Let me see. Watch this. I can get rid of x by multiplying this by negative 0.08, this by negative 0.08, and that one by negative 0.08. So we can do that. So I'm going to say equation 1 by negative 0.08. Equation 2 remains the same. Okay? And so take your calculator. All right, good class? Take your calculator and say 0.08 times 15,000. And here, when you multiply by 15,000, you get 1,200 equals, and it's negative, right? Because multiplied by negative. And this is going to be negative 0.08x. And this is going to be negative 0.08y. And that's going to be 840 equals to 0.08x plus 0.035y. And there it is. Okay, that's a negative, okay? That's a negative right there. All right. So now take negative 1,200 and add 840. Okay, so let me see. Is that 360? I believe so. Okay, so take 1200 minus 840. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, 1200 minus 840. Hmm. 1200 minus 360. So therefore this is negative 360. Add them up. Negative 360 equals to, those two cancel. And you see those two? Just subtract. Okay? So say 0.035 minus 0.08, and I get negative 0.045. So minus 0.045y. Okay? Let me check my work one more time. So let me see, 0.035 minus 0.08, and it confirms. Now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 0.045. So divide this by negative 0.045, divide this by negative 0.045, and we're going to get y, because those two cancel. So let's see, take 360 divided by 0.045, and we get 8,000. So y is 8,000. Y equals to $8,000. So right there. Right there. So therefore $8,000 have been invested in bank 2 at 3.5%. $8,000 have been invested at 3.5%, and the rest, what's the rest? $7,000, right? So X must equal to $7,000, because 7,000 plus 8,000 equals to 15,000. So we found the solution, okay? So therefore, the solution is that $8,000 were invested at 3.5%, and $7,000 were invested at 8%. Okay, very good. Let's do one more problem from this section, okay? One more problem. Here, let's try this one. Okay, so this is gone, no more. Note, in this section, you're looking for two equations, two unknown. Okay, section 3.6. All right, so let's do it again. Now, go to class. Let's do another one. Here's this one, look. Page 256, self-check number 6. It says boating. It says, a boat traveled 63 miles downstream in 3 hours. The return trip took 7 hours going upstream. Find the speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the current. Okay. So anytime you have a moving object, you can always use this formula. The formula distance equals rate times time. So distance equals rate times time. Okay? All right. So for a moving object, which is a boat, you can use this formula. Distance equals rate times time. And so this is what it says. It says a boat travels 63 miles downstream. Downstream. From here to there, 63 miles. So the boat going that way, okay, it has a motor, right? And so it's going downstream. And it for 63 miles, okay, in 3 hours. Okay, so 3 hours, that's the time. Distance, 63 miles. Rate, rate has to be the speed of the boat plus the speed of the current, right? Because the boat is going at this speed, but the current is making the boat go faster. So the rate, I'm gonna say the speed of the boat is X plus the speed of the current is C. That's downstream, okay? But then it returns. So now, sometime later, the same boat is going to return. And now the motor is there. It's going up now. So the distance is going to be the same. This is going. And this is return. And so now it's going back up. Let's see what it says. It says a boat travels 63 miles downstream in 3 hours. The return trip took 7 hours. On the return trip, it took 7 hours for the same distance. But now the speed is going to be X. It's the same speed as the boat, right? But now minus C, because now it's going against the current. Correct? It's going against the current now. And so now we're going to use this formula, distance equals rate times time. So therefore, 63 equals to X plus C times 3. And 63 equals to X minus C times 7. we go. Okay. I'm going to come up with two equations, two unknown. So 63 equals to multiply 3x plus 3c, and 63 equals to 7x minus 7c. And there are your two equations. Now, I'm going to label this one equation 1 and equation 2. Okay? And now, we're going to eliminate the variable. Yep. We can eliminate c. Eliminate c. Eliminate c. Okay, no problem. To eliminate c, I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 7, equation 2 by 3. Yep. Now 7 times 3 is 21, takes 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. Okay, there you go. Multiply 7 times 3 is 21, takes 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. And now, how about this one? 7 times 3x is 21x. 7 times 3c is plus 21c. There you go. Multiplied everything by 7. Now I'm going to multiply this by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 6 is 18. And 3 times 7 is 21. And 3 times negative 7 is negative 21c. Add them up. Okay, that's a 0. And what is this? This is 42x. And what is this? This is 10, takes 1. This is 12, and 1 is 13, takes 1. And that's a 6. And now all we have to do is take 630 and divide it by 42, and we get 15. Yeah. So x equals to 15. And what is x? X, we said, is the speed of the boat. So speed of boat is 15 miles per hour. How do we find the speed of the current? Well, for the speed of the current, take x and plug it into one of the equations. I'm going to plug in, this is done, okay? I'm done with this. I'm going to plug in x equals 15. I'm going to plug it in to equation 1. Okay? So equation 1 is 63 equals to 3 times 15. 3 times 15 is 45 plus 3c. Okay? All right. So 13 minus 5. What's 13 minus 5? Is that 8? And 5 minus 4, is that 1? Equals to 3c. Okay? I subtracted 45 from both sides. That's what I did. And now c must equal to 6. Hey, that is the speed of the current. So the current speed of current is 6 miles per hour. I'm going to do one more, but it's going to be 3 equations, 3 unknown, and this is going to be section 3.7. Okay? The concept is the same, except there's more equations. Concept is the same. Okay? All right, so I have to erase this now. All right. So let's see. Concept is the same. For 3 equations, 3 unknown. Yes. All right. So here's one. It says, the 3 countries, this is page 268, section 3.7. The 3 countries that are at the top of the list for the most all-time medal wins are Norway, the United States, and Austria. Norway, the US of A, and Austria. No. Keep doing that. Okay. All right. What does it say? It says, together they have won a total of 618 medals. So Norway, I'm gonna call N. The US of A, I'm gonna call U. Austria, I'm gonna call A. So the number of medals from Norway plus the number of medals from the US of A plus the number of medals from Austria is 618. There's my first equation. It has 3 variables. Therefore, we need 3 equations. Okay. It says, with Norway's medals count 70 more than the United States. Okay? Norway's medals is 70 more than the United States. That's what it says. Okay? So Norway, which one is Norway? With Norway is 70 more than the US of A. There you go. That's what it says. With Norway's medals count 70 more than the US of A, and the US of A, the US medal count 31 more than Austria. So, US of A, that's U, is 31 more than Austria. There you go. So this is equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Okay. All you have to do is line up the variables. Notice N is first, U is second, A is third, and these are the constant values, okay, the constant terms. So that's what I'll do. This one is going to stay the same. Norway plus the US of A plus Austria is 618. And this one, no problem. I'll bring n to this side, which is going to make it negative n. And then plus u equals to, bring it over to this side, minus 70. And this one is going to be, bring this u, so it's negative u plus a equals to, bring this over to the right, which is negative 31. So there are your three equations and three unknowns right there. And I line up the variables. Okay, if you look at equation 1 and equation 2, I can get rid of n in equation 1 and equation 2. So eliminate n. Don't do anything, just add them up. Equation 1 and equation 2 is n plus u plus a equals 618. And then negative n plus u equals to negative 70. Add them up. The n's cancel. I see 2 u's plus 1a equals 2. Let's subtract. So 8 minus 0 is 8. And let me see. Let me say 11 minus 7 is 4. And this is 5. And I better call this equation 4. Oh, let me look at equation 4 and equation 3. Okay? Equation 3, if you look at equation 3, it has negative u plus a. I bet you if I multiply equation 3 by a negative, I'm going to get rid of this a and that a. It's going to disappear. So equation 3, let's multiply by a negative, and let's write it right below this one. So multiply this by a negative, you get u. Multiply this by a negative, you get minus a. Multiply this by a negative, and you get 31. Okay? I'm going to add them up, and so that's going to be 3u. The a's cancel, and this is 9, this is 7, and this is 5. Okay? And that's divisible by 3. Yes, it is. I know that for a fact. And so I'm going to take 579 divided by the 3, divided by 3, and we get 193. So u equals to 193. So therefore, the United States won, or has won, 193 medals. Okay. Look, 193 medals plus 70 is what Norway has won. Correct? So therefore, Norway has won 109. This use 193, we just found that out. So therefore, 193 plus 70, and we get 263. So Norway has won 263. Wait a minute. The United States is 193, right? So we can also get Austria. Yeah, because Austria is the United States minus 31. But the United States is 193 minus 31. So that Austria is 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 162. So therefore, Austria has won 162 medals. Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay. So this does it for section 3.5, 3.6, and 3.7.